Hello, so today's video is going to be me setting up my A-level revision. Obviously I have A-levels coming up at the end of this school year and gotta revise for them, unfortunately. And so just for like context, I guess, I'm doing art, A-level, economics and Spanish. So because of COVID, obviously throughout my A-levels basically, the art exam has been taken out, so it's only portfolio. So, and obviously art I don't have to revise for anyway, it's still work, but I don't have to revise. Spanish and economics, we find out, what's it called, like extra information I guess, next Monday. So at that point I'll be slightly more, well, to be honest, who knows what they're going to tell us, but hopefully I'll be slightly more clued up on what my revision actually needs to be. I mean, I really pray that they take out some good stuff, because it'd be so nice if their stuff they took out actually makes it easier. But I just feel like they're going to take out irrelevant stuff that doesn't actually affect us. But oh well. The A-levels I have to revise for are Spanish and economics, so I'm just going to run you through kind of what I'm planning to do for each of them and how I've kind of set up a revision timetable type thing. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is my revision timetable. And I'm kind of going to supplement me talking with videos in the background of what I'm doing. I've kind of got it all set up in Notion, so then you can have a better idea. So the way I'm setting up my revision timetable is, it's called a retrospective revision timetable. And the idea is that rather than having the thing where you kind of go, right, I've got all of this revision, my exams this time, and then you kind of take all the topics and block them in at whatever point in your calendar and just decide from there basically, like, you kind of block all the topics in and then go, right, okay, I've got all the topics in there, if I follow this plan, I'll be ready, which is great. But knowing myself, I just know that like things come up, like random things come up, and like, and also you don't know how much each topic's gonna take you to do. So for example, like you could do one bit of economics and be really struggling with it, and then you've only blocked in like that day for doing that. And then you could do another bit of economics that you're literally finding so easy, you know it already, and you've got a whole day of basically doing that for no reason. But I feel like, and that way of doing a timetable like that makes you kind of carry on doing your revision like that and not actually focusing on the bits you find more difficult and the bits you don't, which is obviously the important bit, is focus on the bits you find difficult so that you can improve them. I mean, I don't know where I started doing it. I know that Ali Abdal does it, but I don't know if I got it from him. I think I might have got it from him for my vocab, and then I rewatched the video and I was like, oh, this is actually quite a good idea, because obviously at the moment I was like, okay, I need to start actually setting my life up for A-level revision. I'll link the video down below if I remember. But it's basically about retrospective revision timetables, which is where you have the topics all you're doing, for example. So I started doing it with vocab, so I had all the vocab that I wanted to do from the textbook, and then I have like the date I did the vocab, then, or obviously no date if I haven't actually learned it at all yet. Next to it I have like how well I thought I was doing, so I have like just learn, okay, very good, that kind of thing. And then I was like, that's actually a really good idea, so I've done that with all the rest of my like A-level topics. Obviously then I can see which I did like ages ago and I should probably go over, and which I did just recently, and like so if I did it ages ago and it was really good, then like I'll know that I can leave it for a bit of time before I revise it again. And obviously if I did it even like 2 days ago but I was really bad at it, then I should probably go over it sooner. And that's kind of with the whole idea of, it's like spaced repetition, and like I think it's the forgetting curve. As you go up so you spike as you like learn the information, and then slowly over time you forget the information and like your knowledge of it goes down, and then you learn it again and it spikes. And so obviously if you like at first when you've learned something you're going to forget it really quickly, but then after a while, like I guess you put it more into your long-term memory and then you're not going to forget it as fast. So you kind of at first need to do it more often, and so that you keep on like refreshing your brain with it, and then as time goes on you do it less often. So I thought the best way to do that is to get that in like practice as soon as possible right now, so that by the time I'm getting closer to exams there should be less like it should already be mostly there, hopefully. Then the second thing I do is put all my exam dates in the calendar as soon as I found out about them, just so that you kind of have like them there and there's no stress of like, oh, when actually are they? I got my exam timetable, put it in the calendar, and then I rechecked it like 4 times because I am terrified that I'm gonna have like read the sheet wrong, put it in the calendar, and then accidentally like miss my exam. That'd be so bad. So hopefully I haven't done that. And then I also like to like put them all into a kind of countdown thing, which I also do on Notion. So what I've done is put my first economics exam and my first Spanish exam, which isn't the first Spanish exam because I have my oral exam before everything else, which I think is around the 16th, 17th of May, but it's not been confirmed yet. But just so that I can quickly get an idea of like, okay, I only have 2 months left, or I don't even know how long it is. I think it's just a good like mental jog so that you actually think like, okay, I need to get on with it, I haven't got that much time left. Now I thought I'd just do a kind of overview thing on things I'm doing to revise. It's useful to have things in your head that you want to do as a revision, because obviously like just rereading your notes isn't the best thing. First of all, for Spanish, it's things like vocab, grammar worksheets that I have, oral cards, like practice oral cards from previous years, doing them, then like doing them under time conditions, and then going back and filling in information like statistics and stuff that I need to know. Notes on the topics, learning quotes for my play and my book, practice essays for the play and the book, and past papers in terms of the listening, reading and writing one. And then for economics, I need to do past papers, uplearn, which I use to like get most of the knowledge into my head, and it's also really good for practicing. I might do a whole other video on how I revise for Spanish and how I revise for economics in general, but I'll probably do that after my A-levels when I actually have an idea of what I did to revise. Just going over definitions for stuff and testing myself from my notes. I write all my notes, I think it's called the Cornell note-taking method, but honestly, I don't know. I just have always done this since year 7. I found it's the easiest way, because when I was in year 7 I used to get my parents to test me from my notes, but obviously that requires them to come in and like read through my notes and test me. And so I thought the easiest thing to do is just make my own questions from the notes and then test myself on them. So that's literally what I've done all the way through. And yeah, so all my economics notes are in question and answer form. So obviously a good way to make sure I know everything is just go through all the questions, which is quite a few. So that's everything that I'm going to talk about in today's video. If you are setting up for your A-level revision, I wish you luck. Hopefully it'll be over soon, you know? And bye.